Time for another episode of the Josh Cast. Josh, cast, Josh, cast. Joshy through the cast, Josh, cast. Joshy through the cast, Josh, cast. Wow, a theme again. What's happening? This attack of silliness and joy? Where is this coming from? All right, good news. Managed to go a full day yesterday without processed sugar. I use the word processed sugar because I had a lot of fruit. But I did manage to avoid the sweets. So we're back to square one. Feeling groggy. Sun is out today. Got out a few minutes earlier than I did before. That's a plus. All this is great, right? All this is fantastic. I should think. All right. So, what's the discussion today? Well, I want to continue on the theme of anxiety. That's sort of been my theme this month. That's been my theme my entire life, anxiety. So I look Jewish. The number one comment I get from people when they talk to me, actually people don't really talk to me anymore, which is fantastic. But back in the day when people did talk to me, they would say, "You're Jewish, right?" That's the one comment I would get, which is so weird that they would ask that. What's the purpose of asking that question? It feels like, why do we need to know what people are in order to continue to have a relationship with them? Do we need to know? Do we not need to know? Does it matter anymore? What are they trying to figure out? It's like they're trying to... it feels like they're on a scavenger hunt. An ethnicity scavenger hunt. Did we do it? Jew, we got a Jew, let's go. All right. Now we need to find a Moroccan. I don't even know if Moroccan is an ethnicity. See, that's spoken like a typical American. The thing about my face that worries me is that there are people out there who want to kill me or want to kill people like me just because of how we look. There are places I'm afraid to go, and that's a fear that's always in the background of my mind, wherever I'm at. This thought of, is this going to be a hate crime happening? Well, that got dark really fast. But it is a definite fear that just because of my face, there are people out there that would want to kill me. What specifically about my face? Well, the curly hair, the big nose. I think the two most, and I suppose the olive skin, all that put together just shouts Jewish. The nose with the hook, that's the thing. The hook nose. Yes. The hook nose. All that put together equals Jewish face. And there are people out there that I'm on a bullseye. Or they see me and they see a bullseye around me, and that terrifies me. And there's and my choices are, I guess, get massive plastic surgery, I think they would still know I was Jewish. I think, but between me complaining about my IBS and the way I hold my hands, kind of like Mr. Burns, just kind of like a limp T-Rex, all those things, they'd know. Or the other option is that I keep myself the way I am, and I walk through the world with pride. And when I say walk through the world with pride, I mean only liberal states. So I'm going to go with option 2 at this point. And I think I'm talking about, hopefully, knock on wood, a very small percentage of people. And it's not fair for me either to, dismiss all the conservative states and equate anti-Semitism with them. That's not fair. 99% of people in conservative states don't hate Jews, probably because they don't know what a Jew is. So let's not go there. Let's not put that on. Let's be, fair to everybody. And you know what? I say this too, by the way, there's a equal possibility I could be killed in a liberal state. Crazy people are everywhere. And they latch on to certain crazy things. And one of those things is hating Jews. It's a popular thing for the crazy people to latch onto. It's a catchy song for crazy people. Hating Jews, hating Jews. Jew, 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 hating Jews. It's got a swing to it. So I don't know. So I don't want to be down on myself anymore for being anxious, because I think there are good reasons. It's not a safe world. It's a dangerous world out there. That's why Dad said, never think you're safe. Never think you're safe. That's how I was programmed. So basically, I feel like in some ways I was raised by 2 war veterans. I'm surprised they didn't train me more on, I'm surprised they didn't train me like that Hannah was trained by her dad in that action movie. I'm really surprised, especially that my mother didn't do that. Because she made me get swimming lessons to make sure I wouldn't drown. But I feel like she was at a paranoia level where if somebody had said to her, hey, do you also want to teach him archery and maybe how to survive in the wild alone for 5 days and how to kill somebody with a string, she'd be like, you know what? Yeah, let's sign up for that. In fact, I'm shocked she didn't, looking back on it. I worry that Judaism is right, and that if I don't practice the ritual of Judaism, but then again, Jews don't believe in heaven or hell, I don't think. As my mom would say, well, for the Jews, hell is earth. That's her interpretation of the Talmud. And she might be, I don't know, it might be the most lucid interpretation there's ever been. I said been, but I said it British. There's ever been. There's never been a more lucid interpretation. But yes, what if there is a God? And what if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do? And I think, if anything, what I'm afraid more than anything is that awkward moment where God or St. Peter or whoever says, "Oh, so you didn't go every Saturday? Oh, you're so good in so many other ways, but you didn't go every Saturday, huh? Okay, well, that's it's not good. It's not good. We'll have to talk about this. Why don't you have a seat over there? Okay. It's gonna give us. You need to give us a couple of days. Okie dokie. Great. All right, so we covered all of that. What do I mean we covered all that? My mind is wandering. Where's my mind wandering? Worried about work. Good. Worried about work while I'm doing a podcast where I'm talking about worrying about other things. See, I'm bringing my worrying home with me. Which is a shame because it cuts into my home worrying. I'm not going to give up on the caffeine. I know I should, but I'm not going to, by the way. It helps me wake up. I need it. Gives me a bit of a jolt. Just a cup of green tea in the morning, just to keep the juices flowing. I know I'm sounding like a broken record here, but I am worried about the IBS. Because the thing is that, what if it A, gets worse? B, what if it's not IBS? What if it's something worse, but it's been misdiagnosed? That's my concern, and that nobody knows. I'm just worried that 9 times out of 10, the doctors don't know what's wrong until after I'm dead. Like, oh, it was worms. That's what it was. Well, now we know for next time. Here's a new bit I'm going to try tonight. We'll see how it works. I'm going to try it here first. I don't know if it's going to work here because there's no audience, but we'll try it. I like it when I see other people break down. It makes me feel better about me being a nervous wreck. Like, I would pay very good money to see Matthew McConaughey have a nervous breakdown. Not in a movie, like to actually see him in real life have a nervous breakdown. To see him walking around going, it's not all right, it's not all right, it's not all right. I would pay so much money for that. So much. I don't know, it might be too cute. That bit. We'll see. We'll see if it plays. You have to know his catchphrase to get it. I don't know if everybody knows his catchphrase. Anyone under 40 might not know his catchphrase. Oh, that's the other thing that worries me. I'm feeling increasingly irrelevant to younger people. But I know the answer to that. I just have to be myself. And the more I am myself, the more it'll be okay. It's better to do that. And the way I am myself. I found out recently that I am a millennial. That they revised the cutoff. So if it's anyone born 1980 or beyond, you're considered a millennial. And I think this whole naming generations thing, I think it is so stupid. There's no difference between my generation and the generation before me. The only difference is what kind of drugs. Generation before me, TV. My generation, it's the phones and the computers. It's the delivery mechanism of denial is the only difference between generations. And I'm tired of millennials this, baby boomers that, blah, 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 blah. I think underneath it all, the reason why these labels are here is for the sake of capitalism. You know, it comes from marketing people studying people in their 20s and 30s and looking at trends, and those trends become cliches, or they become labels. And suddenly we think we figured out an entire generation of people. And it's so stupid, I'm tired of hearing it. I am tired of hearing it. Millennials, da 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 da. All generations are terrible. If you are older, if you're a baby boomer, first of all, if you're a baby boomer, thanks. Good work. Good work on the environment. Good work on the politics. Thank you for planting the seeds of this disaster. And you're not alone. World War II generation, right, same thing. And you know what? One day, a generation is going to be saying that about me. And I'm going to say, you're welcome. You are welcome. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Hope you enjoy it. I say this because I've met 20-year-olds who act like they're 90, and I've met 50-year-olds who act like they're 5. Stupidity knows no generation. Stupidity is the universal blanket that wraps us all and binds us. It's like the Force, but stupider. So I'm living in an apartment that is 150 square feet. And I just had a dream that somebody visited me in my apartment. And the apartment in my dream was bigger than the apartment I actually live in. It was by the way, it was not like a dream apartment. It was still, you know, it was still a small apartment. It was just a little bit bigger than the apartment I currently have. So it's nice to see that I'm modifying my dreams to be more realistic. Really aiming for the achievable there. You know, and for all the complaining about living in a small apartment, I actually really don't mind it. My worry, you know what my worry is? My worry is, because right now I don't have a kitchen. And I love not having a kitchen. I love not dealing with cooking. I hate cooking. I hate every part of it. And my worry is that something would happen where I would only be able to, you know, afford, you know, I would have to start cooking to survive. But other than that, I love the tiny space. I love not having space. If I don't have any space, there's less to clean up. There's less to move. It's phenomenal. I can't bring a lady over, but let's be honest. That has not been a problem in 37 years.